Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to another reaction to another T5G video, and this is 25 evil achievements in video games. I don't even know what this game is. Is it Sims? It looks like Sims. Like the baby looks like Sims. I don't know why it's in first person then. It's bullshit. Yeah, we all know. We all know these thumbnails are like an amalgamation of a bunch of other stuff together, like most of the time at least. Where the hell is boy's thumbnail? And if this is the thumbnail, why is it so big? Look how big that thumbnail is. Look how long these shits is. Anyway, let's get to it. Link in the description. Go watch yourself first. Of course, I really enjoy these videos. So let's go.
From dropkicking baby Ewoks to crashing an entire wedding, these are evil achievements in video games.
It was less funny when he said Ewok, but still.
Never bring a knife to a gunfight, but what happens if you bring an innocent old lady to a
Oh yes, yes! Oh hello, how's it going? Fuck!
Serious sicko to want the
Blanche advantage.
this achievement? Yeah.
The picture is the it's so the old lady. Let's go! Of course.
Outer Worlds is a massive RPG
Oh,
where you
I
can
love
become
that.
whoever you want.
I assure you, if I knew about that achievement ahead of time, I would have made sure that's the first achievement I ever got in that game.
But that doesn't mean you should become the groin hunter.
Oh.
There's something hilarious about blasting someone
I didn't even know that was a fucking
in
thing.
that area, but if you find this disturbingly fun and do it to over 30 people, you'll be rewarded with poor sportsmanship. Now, shooting someone in the groin is one thing, but
Poor
kicking them
sportsmanship.
right there is just cruel.
Hell yeah.
Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2, you can visit Endor.
So much fun kicking Ewoks and stuff. Is this the DLC where you get to kill like Han Solo and everybody?
Or, you know, home with
I want to say yeah, because that's what the Ewok one was, right? There's no level where you're on. Yeah, no, it has to be. Yeah.
the Ewoks.
I don't remember much about The Force Unleashed 2. The Force Unleashed 2 is one of those games you could beat that shit in like 3 hours, and it like tells almost no story worth telling. Like the first one I really like. I think that's a really good game. The second one technically is a fun game still, but it's just like the story in the first one was pretty damn good, and I like the characters. And then the second one was just like, you're out. You're a clone of the guy. You know, I don't want to spoil it, I guess, but it's just not great. But the gameplay was alright. But it was like so short too. It was a disappointment.
Absolutely love these guys, but others can't stand them.
I love you.
Once you've taken your anger out on 10 of these little creatures, you're labeled as a Sith kicker, and I hope you feel better now, you jerk.
I do. 100% do.
Hitman, it's literally your one job to kill the target.
Wait, which
That's
the regular
entire
Hitman
point of the game, so at Sniper Assassin's wedding level, you have to wipe out a few enemies at a short time limit. This is pretty stressful, so I wouldn't blame you for just crashing their wedding instead. After shooting the bouquet, the lights, band instruments, cake, wine glasses, and the dove cage, the wedding is now officially ruined. I don't know how evil you needed to be to do this, but
Jesus,
it was
look at
the party pooper achievement. Congrats! Now everyone can see just how terrible of a person you are. Although it's still nothing compared to
no. Please no. I know this is gonna be the fuck with that kid in the beginning of the game. But you have to like throw his ball in the well, I think. But this game's amazing. Please play this game.
There's a tale of two
It's
sons.
from fucking Joseph Fares, so Joseph Fares, I think. Whatever, I know how you pronounce it. Shout outs. Great game. I played this when it first came out. I think I reviewed it, and I want to say I gave it a 10. It might not be a 10, actually, but it's an amazing game.
You can only play this
It's
game
a 10
with a
to
friend,
me.
and when you guys discover this little girl playing with a
Wait, what? Hold on, what? What was that? No, that's not true. What he just said. It's not
tale
true.
of two sons. You can only play this game with a friend.
No, you play the game by yourself. That is not right. You control both characters at the same time. One with one analog stick and the other with the other analog stick. So that's not true. Technically, I guess you could play with a friend. I think on Switch. Maybe you played it on Switch if you played it at all. You can just hand one Joy-Con to the other player, and then you use the other. So you can technically co-op, but it's not. You can't. You can play it by yourself. Yeah, actually, it's mainly played by yourself.
And when you guys discover this little girl,
And some people get confused by that control system, but I don't know. I've played this game maybe 4 times, and I've never had a problem.
girl playing with a ball, you can
So shitty.
straight up steal it from her. The game's obviously letting you do this so you can play basketball with each other, but for anyone who's straight up evil, you can decide to throw it down the well. Nice job, buddy. You just made the poor little girl
And then she's
cry.
crying, yeah. Aha!
If you decide you want to be something like a butcher instead, the
I wanted the achievements, I did.
3 will totally let you. There are so many enemies in the
Funny
game.
enough, I played it on Switch and I still did it.
But I have no idea why you'd be mindlessly slaughtering cows.
Oh, okay. I got this
but
one.
But take out one too many, and you'll be labeled the
murderer.
Now, Journey to the Savage Planet is full of these adorable little creatures.
This game was kind of fun. I never finished it.
These guys are totally harmless, and all they do is sit there and look cute.
I'm pretty sure I got this one.
All good things must come to an end, and that's especially true if you have a toxic player in control. Oh, that thing on the wall over there? Well, that's literally a meat grinder, and I'm sure you can already see where this is going. If you're some kind of monster...
Was that actually a Tom and Jerry noise? Did he add that?
To 5 innocent puffer birds, you'll get the achievement, but at this point you probably...
Maybe I didn't get this one.
...need therapy instead. No, I'm not gonna lie. Sea of Thieves has plenty of things to do, but I don't know how anyone realized they could get
It only took
drunk
about
and
5
then puke
years
into
to
the
get there, but
bucket.
yeah.
Sounds like a simple mechanic, except this bucket can now be thrown at players and even blind them. And I gotta say, Tactical Chunder is honestly the perfect name for this.
That's it?
Over to...
That's not that evil. Whatever. I do that every Saturday.
Assassin's Creed, you're meant to be the protector of the people, so when a beggar comes up to you asking for coins or food, you should probably help him out.
Oh, yeah. You can just murder him. Okay, or that too. That's still murder.
Or do that, I guess.
The fuck out of my face.
It might be a little
Heck the fuck out of here.
Anyone who does this to 25
fuck out of here.
Instantly labeled an enemy of the poor. And that's not the only way you can disrespect someone. In Mafia 3, if you need to get rid of a body quickly, there's a perfect way to do it.
Yeah,
Simply
you
pick the dude up and walk
just leave it there and it'll probably glitch because this game's a fucking glitchy nightmare.
To the conveniently placed alligator's bed.
I mean, this is like the beginning of the game, so they teach you this pretty quick.
Although it's not every day you can wipe out an entire species.
Dude, it's coming out physically on Switch this Friday, and I pre-ordered it. I said I wasn't going to do it, but Best Buy had a buy two get one free sale on Switch games, so it ended up being cheaper. Now I'm upset because the PS4 version has a 60 fucking frame update.
Of course, Red Dead Redemption lets you do this. Now, there's not an infinite supply of buffalo in the game. They genuinely just don't.
This is Red Dead Redemption 2.
Respawn, so you can hunt them down for hours until there's literally not a single one left.
Yep.
Congratulations, you just single-handedly made buffaloes extinct, but hey, at least you got the trophy for it. Now everyone's had that one boss they just don't get along with, but in Shadow of War you can become a
you have to play Shadow of War.
They'll help you in battles. Except, if you're the jerk boss who decides to take out your anger on them and slash them over and over, you'll rightfully be called this.
Oh.
And actually, while we're on the topic,
they probably deserve it. Oh, first one
opening mission where you can play as
Oh, it's so good. What a good fucking starting mission.
Vader. You're invading Kashyyyk while brutally taking out anyone in your path, but there's a temptation to destroy every stormtrooper who also gets in the way.
I hate these
It is
fuckers.
way too much fun to launch these guys off a cliff. And if you
Matt Sloan did a pretty good job as Darth Vader. Shoutouts to Beer and Board Games.
Enough of your own men, you become the worst day shift manager ever. If you do...
That's a reference to Chad Vader. Chad Vader was an old YouTube show. Chad Vader is like, I think he's supposed to be the brother of Darth Vader, and he's just a day shift manager, and it's just him in a convenience store. It was of its time, but it was cute. And Matt Sloan he voiced Chad Vader, and he does a really good Darth Vader impression. So
you need an outlet for all that anger, though.
He does a show called Beer and Board Games also, which I think is still going on. I used to watch it all the time.
In the Lucius franchise, you get to play as the son of Satan, and your goal is to kill everyone inside the house.
Ooh,
I'm not ashamed to admit that this is kind of fun, but when you go outside and find an innocent
I played the first game. I didn't really care for it.
He just doesn't deserve a fate like this. Another achievement that enables the worst behavior.
I mean, the whole every achievement in the Tile Goose game is evil.
Goose game.
Evil.
Now, everyone plays this game to be the most toxic goose possible, but one of the coolest things you can do is steal someone's stuff and give it to the shopkeeper. Once they realize it's missing, they'll be forced to buy back their own items, and you're the devious mastermind behind it all. And while we're on the topic of animals, Assassin's Creed Syndicate is probably the first place you'd expect to find some horses. It's set in Victorian England, so everyone's riding around on carriages, but if you're some kind of psychopath, you can flip these carriages with a single gun.
Wait, I'm confused what he just said. Hold on.
Probably the first place you'd expect to find some horses.
Alright.
On the topic of animals, Assassin's Creed Syndicate is probably the first place you'd expect to find some horses.
Okay.
Set in Victorian England, so everyone's riding around.
I get what he's saying, but why? It would be the first place you expect to see some horses.
On carriages, but if you're
But I don't understand, or whatever.
Kind of
I understand it. I'm like, I just like, why say that?
psychopath, you can flip these carriages with a single gunshot.
'Cause
Doing this
they
to
had a lot
5
of-
horses will eventually confuse the developers, and they'll just ask, "What's wrong with you?"
What's wrong
Over in
with
Arkham
you?
Asylum, near the end of the game, you're
Nice.
about to walk into Joker's party, and a ton of his goons are lined up to
Hell
welcome
yeah!
you.
Oh, I love it when you can just beat the shit out of all
You
of them.
can't just completely ignore them and save yourself the trouble.
I don't
but
see how this is evil. Fuck all these guys.
you're Batman after all. Take every single one of these guys on, and you're officially the party pooper. For anyone who admires the Joker
Evil.
and wants to be just
see how
like
the
him, Fallout 3 has a feature that lets you become just as psychotic. Once you've learned the fact that you can pickpocket people, it quickly becomes obvious that you can also put things into their inventory. You know, like a live hand grenade.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the
I
very
forgot.
last place I'd
I
expect-
forgot. I saw videos of people doing that. Like I used to watch old like a bunch of like fuck around with the AI in video games and stuff, and I would always see people fuck around with like the AI in Fallout games, especially
Fight an
3.
evil achievement
New
is
Vegas
in 2 Point
also.
Hospital. You get to build your own medical center to help as many people as possible, but just like in real life, this is technically a business. If you're ever strapped for cash, things can get desperate, and you can purposely cause one of your overworked machines to explode while an employee's next to it. Thankfully, they're already in a hospital, and now you can treat their wounds for extra money. Good job on
That's so fucked up.
generating business.
Generating
I guess.
business. Ew, you blow up your fucking $1 million machine. Well, at least you're making about 10,000 in medical bills.
Being toxic to NPCs
Dude.
is one thing, but what
Alien Hominid. There's a new game coming out next month. Just Battleblock Theory is not that game, but
that's your
I had to bring it up considering
best friend?
it's the same people.
There's something extra evil about it. In Battleblock Theater, while playing
And it comes with the original game too. Oh, I used to play the fucking Flash game all the time to the point when they released it on GameCube. I was like, I didn't know they came out with a full-fledged game. I bought that shit and I never beat it. It was too hard, but still.
teammate, friendly fire is technically enabled. Sure, you may take out your friend a few times by accident, but betray them 50 times and that's just cyberbullying. So of course, the game rightfully labels you as a traitor.
Traitor!
I'd rather bully my own friend
Hell
than
yeah.
worse because
Yo, Darkest of Days, what a game. This game was wild.
days let you get an achievement for punching these adorable little guys right in the noggin. The absolute worst part is that it gives out 100 gamer score. I mean, talk about encouragement. By the way, earlier when I said that making
I hated
someone buy
when
their
games would only have like 10 or so achievements. You know that's either going to be an easy list to complete or the hardest list ever. And usually it's an easy list, but a lot of times it's fucking hard.
own possessions back was the most toxic thing you could do? Well, I lied. It doesn't even come close to how cruel you can actually be in Untitled Goose Game. There's this little innocent boy who's just running around and playing in the street. Nothing too crazy, except the
Fuck
fact
this
that you
little
can
kid.
steal his plane,
I hate
lure
this
him
kid.
into a puddle, untie his shoelaces, and then he'll fall flat on his face right into the water. Not only are you ghastly for this, but you can make it
Stupid
even
ass
worse
nerd.
by stealing his glasses.
Give me that goddamn glasses.
GTA
Nobody
5
loves
has an
you.
achievement
Not even
that
nature.
No one talks about because you would never really think to do it.
Dumbass.
One of the random encounters throughout the game is
deserved
this
it.
drunk couple who needs a ride home. Very responsible for them to not drink and drive,
Oh, okay.
but sadly,
Me
they
as
end up
Trevor,
in
I
the
just
car
go
of
up.
an evil player. The
Give 'em the
waypoint
hands.
automatically sends you to their house, but if you decide to go here instead, this is the location of the cult up in the mountains. What's truly dark is the
Oh,
game genuinely lets
fuck.
you drive up here and hand them right over to the cult for money.
I heard you're interested in taking care of some lost travelers for a price. So it is.
Oh my god.
But if you want a clear
I
example
like
of what it's
they don't say anything too. Ooh, ooh.
like to be evil,
Here,
this
Sims story, here you go.
achievement's got you covered.
You could be so evil in the Sims games. So evil.
You know the saying, like taking
could probably-
candy from a baby?
You could probably fit most of the achievements through Sims.
Well, you can do exactly
That was
that
the
in
thumbnail.
Sims 3. In fact, the developers thought this was so messed up, you can only steal a baby's candy if your sim has the evil trait. Do this to 5 innocent little kids and the trophy's yours.
Mine,
but
shitter.
I just hope it was worth it, you monster.
yum,
And
yum,
those
yum,
were
yum,
evil
yum.
achievements in video
It was
games.
pretty good.
It's been Sammy.
Pretty evil.
Keep it here
Most of
on
them.
T5G.
I'd say like a solid 85% of them were evil. The other ones, well, no, I'd say like only like maybe 20% are evil. The other ones are funny.